Hello, I'm Lisa Lucas, and these are my girls, Sky and Allison. We've been reading together. We usually do this in the public, or not the public, in our library at school. I've brought them out to my house so we could do the recording. The book that we chose for today is called Donner's Party, A Diary of a Survivor. The girls are going to read the last chapter, and then we are going to do the comprehension story mapping as our lesson for today. So go ahead on page 29. Sky is going to start, and then Allison.
February 27th, 1847. Today I felt like giving up, then we heard shots from ahead. It's Mrs. Reed with you. Tell her Mr. Reed is here. Mama fell on the snow. I tried to run, I fell too. Then I looked up, Papa was there, his pockets were full of bread.
February 28th. Papa is going to get Patty. We have full bellies and new hope. Maybe now we can escape this white jail.
March 21st. We are a family again. Papa is back. Patty is in bed. She can only drink soup and eat small bits of bread.
Papa had a horrible tale to tell. He reached Patty in 2 days. He left with her in 15 others. The terrible snowstorms nearly buried them all alive. They had nothing to eat for 4 days. Then 3 people died. Others knew they could die too. They had no choice. They had to eat the dead to stay alive. I was shocked at first, but I knew I might do the same.
April 8th. I am sitting in a meadow. John is next to me. We're eating lamb, fresh baked bread, and sweet grapes. Green is everywhere. Green grass, green trees. I could sit here forever in California.
Very nice.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so what happened in this story that surprised you? Allison?
That they actually lived.
I agree. Do you have anything to add? What surprised you, Sky?
I thought they all died in the end.
Oh, that
They could have.
Papa came back with a full loads of bread in his pockets, and we couldn't.
Yeah. When Papa left, do you think that the family would ever see him again?
Nope. And he was just defending the cow.
That's right. Now, where did this story take place? Do you guys remember?
California.
That's where they wanted to go, but where did they start? Do you remember? If you look back at the map, where did they start their journey? It's on page 4. Do you remember? You can look back in the book. It's always good to look back. Do you remember, Allison?
No.
Look back.
United States.
That's a nice picture of the map of the United
Yeah.
States. Do you remember where they started?
Oh, Dinner Pass.
Donner Pass,
And they started in Illinois.
Illinois.
So
What's
where
wrong with
did they have
Illinois?
to travel? Do you remember where they had to travel?
Through the mountains.
Through the mountains. Where's some of the other places that he traveled?
In California.
They ended up in California, but where else did they travel? Someplace that's really hot. They had to go across.
Deserts.
Very good. They had to go across the deserts, and was it easy?
No.
Did they do it in a day?
No.
It took about a week, didn't it? And then, do you remember this place that they called a bog? What was that like? Do you guys remember what a bog?
Sticky, swampy. Swamp.
Yeah. Did
Sticky,
everybody
swampy
survive
swamp.
going through there?
Nope.
What did they lose in the bog? Do you guys remember?
Their pony.
They did. Did anybody help them?
No.
They just
No.
kept going. When it got really cold and they had to stop, and she talked about the white winter and how she loved white, it just made her happy. And then how did she feel about the color white?
It was
After
a
that.
white jail.
It was a white gel, so she wasn't very happy about white. Do you remember how many people started on this little adventure, I would say?
1 million?
Not a million, pretty close. There's about 1,000. And how many miles? Do you remember how many?
190.
Not 190. You were close. 1,900.
That's what I
Very good. I know that's what you meant. All right. For our activity today, we're going to make a little story. This is called a story map. I'm going to give you guys a couple pages. We'll get our markers out and we'll have some fun.
Do we have to fold it in half?
We're going to fold it like this first, hot dog. And then we're going to fold it across like this.
Like this.
Perfect. And then one more time. So how many boxes are we going to have?
8.
You're right. First, I've got pencils for you and I've got markers. It's up to you.
I want a pencil and a marker.
Pencil and marker. First box, we're going to put the title and the name of the story. You can go this way or you can go this way. It doesn't matter, okay? But I want the title of the story.
Oh.
Yeah. And who wrote the story?
In the same box?
On the same box.
By Todd Olson.
Now remember, is this a true story
Yeah.
or is it based on a true story?
Based on
a true story. So this is a, what kind of book? Is it fiction or nonfiction?
Fiction.
Fiction, but it's based on a true
Realistic
story.
fiction.
Very good. Very nice. Realistic fiction. Very good.
Realistic historical fiction.
Historical, I love it. Very good.
Realistic.
So if it's
RH.
it's
fiction.
realistic, do you want to explain? So Sky, if it's realistic, it means that it could have happened, which in this case it kind of did happen. And since it's historical, when did this story take place? Do you remember what century or what was the year?
18.
Different kind of years. Different
You're
kind of
right.
years.
Really?
Because in the 1800s, did they have cars? What did they drive?
Cattle and horse.
They had oxen, and what did they?
Pigs. Did they drive on pigs?
Well, that wasn't in our story. I don't remember anything about pigs. But what did
You
they
could have
ride
ridden
in?
on a pig.
Well, possibly. But what did they ride in?
A buggy. A buggy.
A buggy?
Yeah,
What's a buggy? Wait.
What's it called?
A sailboat of the prairie.
All right, we're getting off topic. That is, I can't even remember. A covered wagon.
A wagon.
When you said that, I was
A
like,
seed wagon.
covered wagon. Okay, so our first box, we have our title and book.
Title and author.
Yes. Now
Pictures.
we're going to get to that. You can draw pictures of the character, or I want you to list at least 3 main characters.
Okay.
Do you remember who wrote the diary? And her name might be a little different.
Oh, I know one named Papa.
Papa's one of the main characters. Who wrote the diary? Do you remember?
I was gonna do that one.
Her name was, it's a different name. It's an old-fashioned name. Her name was Virginia. Does that sound?
How do you
Virginia.
spell that?
That is on page 5 at the very top. And it's VIRGINIA.
Oh, I found it.
Nice writing. I like it. Ooh, great picture. Perfect. Draw 2 more characters, okay? 2 more characters.
Ooh, I know one.
Perfect. And the other person in their family would be Patty. Okay, that's who they ended up. Ooh. So we know the setting. Let's go ahead and draw a picture of the setting. And it can be any of the different scenes. You can do the setting at the end of the book, California setting, or you can draw a picture of some of their trip.
Holding hands.
I
in
love
another
it.
field.
Nice job. here is my next
Hey,
question.
I'm not done with the setting because look, I just had to.
Perfect.
Now I'm gonna do this.
In one of the boxes, I want you to put, what do you guys think the problem was? What's the problem with this story? What was the major problem? Do you guys remember? Can you tell me as you're writing it down?
They didn't have enough food.
Perfect. They did not have enough food, and where were they going? They were going that 100 or 1,900 miles. They needed food. They took a shortcut. Was the shortcut a very good idea?
Nope.
No. What was supposed to take a week lasted 3 weeks, so it became a really big problem. Let's see, we've got setting, we've got the plot, and then our last box should have a solution. Do you guys know what a solution would be?
They made it.
And who helped them?
A guy.
Papa.
Papa came back with bread.
Did that surprise you? I
Is
know
this
we
a
talked
good
about
setting?
that. Love that. Oh yeah. So which part is that? Because is
The
that when?
end.
Oh yes, that's perfect.
Okay. Setting.
And then we had the plot.
What's a plot?
Do you know what a plot is?
I forgot what plot is. We use it in school, but I forgot it.
Okay, so that's.
I can't remember anything.
Oh, you're fine. A plot is kind of like what's happening in the story. Like
Oh.
when I ask what's the main plot, and you're like, oh, they're trying to get to California. That could be your plot.
They're trying to get to California.
Very good. And then we have the problem. So what's keeping them? What's that problem that they're like? We're trying to get to California, but there's all these obstacles. So that
Snow.
the snow is a problem.
We already did
The
the
desert's a
See,
problem,
The problem was they didn't have enough food.
and they didn't have enough food. Absolutely.
And the solution, Papa came back with bread in his pockets.
Yay! And they got to eat. Do you remember how many of the actual
1,000?
group? How many survived?
Like 10?
A little bit more.
25?
Close. 26. Perfect.
Wait,
Then-
what?
26.
All right. And if you guys want to, add some color to that, and then we'll just show the main teacher that's watching us. We can show her what you've done. So those are really neat. I've got a whole packet of different projects that the kids have done.
The
And
box?
their
Can you color the
artwork.
box?
it's fantastic. Yeah, go ahead and color the boxes. Have fun with it. You guys have been awesome, but this is one. What did you guys think of this lesson in comparison to some of the others? Was
Yeah,
this,
it was pretty good.
you like this one too?
Trust me, she's a good teacher. You want her. You do want
Allison. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. But remember our backs. I know that it's exciting because we're
Whoa,
doing
what is
something
this?
different.
That is pretty cool.
Is that one of those shaped markers? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. These are my girls. This is what we do, and hope you enjoy our comprehensive story mapping today. Thank you. Bye.